Welcome, everybody, to Coffee with John. Looking forward to talking to Brian Town. Three-part series. You're the CEO of Michigan Creative, great group. One of the things, Brian, that we saw when COVID hit 2 years ago is that everybody really understood that everybody, no matter what the company was, had to embrace e-commerce, right? And everybody had to look at sales a little bit differently. And there were some companies that doubled down on their marketing, and there were some that kind of put it on hold. As a business coach, I was the one suggesting that people actually double down on their marketing. But everybody, regardless, had to start thinking fast about how they were going to use e-commerce when it came to selling online. And so talk a little bit, how you guys look at focusing on sales.
Yeah, thanks, John.
For clients, of course, for yourself, but really for the clients that come to you.
Yeah. So, COVID, got 2 years almost to the day. I don't even know. I mean, that's not.
I was doing a workshop. I had just come back from an annual meeting where I was doing keynotes on March 2nd and 3rd. I was doing a workshop on March 12th for about 50 people, and then they shut the world down.
Yeah, I know. I know exactly what I was doing. Yeah. So, one of the things that I always like to tell new entrepreneurs or any business owner, one thing we didn't focus on for ourselves in the beginning was sales. And so right now, over the last 3 years, we've been laser-like focused on sales. Now, talking about the pandemic, it's funny because it was actually, I don't want to say good for us, but it put us in a really good position because we were already pushing, hey, you got to get your website so that people can get what they need to get, whether it's a product or a service, right? From your website and be able to easily access you or to be able to easily order from you. And, we were talking about companies that probably didn't even have a mobile friendly website here in 2020, believe it or not. And so I think, and, we have talked about this before too, John, is in 2 years, let's say 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, if your site is not as easy as, say, like Amazon to be able to get something here, then you need to start thinking about how you're going to do that. Because, my sons who are 17 and 21 will be the employees and head of departments by then, I hope.
Yeah.
They're going to want to be able to do stuff on their phone and get it, and if they can't get a hold of you or they can't fill something out or order products on their phone and get it shipped for their business. Yeah. It's not going to happen. And so
it's got to be easy. This morning, not that anybody cares about my morning routine. Some people may be offended by this, but I floss my teeth and then I water pick. Well, my water pick broke. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of irritating. So in real time, I went to Amazon, I ordered one, and it has already been, that was this morning at, I think, 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's already been delivered to my house.
Well, and people compare now.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
It took 5 seconds. Yeah.
And people compare, like I do this, to me, it's almost a hassle to have to order something on a different e-commerce site these days. Yeah. Like I compare the easy of checkout on e-commerce sites versus Amazon all the time. But it can be done. You don't have to be Amazon, right? It can be done, and it's not that hard. But, you want to think about, I guess, there's two ways to think about your website as far as that goes. Is one, it should be your best salesperson. Yeah. And probably just it needs to be a workhorse for your salespeople.
Right.
Your website, we were talking to, I think it was a manufacturing facility where they have some salespeople that have done it the same way for a long time. And they're not even commissioned salespeople, right? They still didn't see the value of having customers be able to go to a portal and put an order together. Yeah. And that you don't have much time. You've got to get that done quicker than you think.
Well, having call to actions, making it easy to buy, making it easy to return, companies, it's a must, and they need to use companies like you, because I really believe you need a company that can customize it, make it quick. That the off the shelf, if you're running a big business, off the shelf just doesn't work, in my opinion, and I think you agree.
No.
So go ahead.
Yeah, no, and it can be done. Like people will think, well, I can do this on Shopify and I can do this with WooCommerce, and both of those have their challenges. And again, it's not just like go to Shopify and then start up a store. Like they have templates, but you got to put something in the templates.
Correct. You got to put something in the templates, and you want to customize it because you got to get into the mind of your client, and then you got to tell a company like yours so it can mimic their patterns of how they like to buy and take action.
Yeah. And also too, just because you have an e-commerce store doesn't mean that people are going to see you and see, okay, I should probably buy something. Like if they don't see something really quick and go, oh my gosh, like finally I've been looking for this my whole entire life. Then it doesn't matter how sweet your e-commerce store is. They're not going to buy.
Correct. Well said. Tell people how they can get a hold of you, Brian, if they're looking to grow their sales, evolve their e-commerce website, and just kind of make it the tool that they need to use.
Yep. So go to our website, michigancreative.com. There's chat on there. There's my contact on there. Just give me a call. We love the phone, 517-489-4970, or brian@michigancreative.com.
I love it. We'll see you on day 3 of Coffee with John. Thanks, man. I appreciate your time. Think community. If Brian can help you, reach out. I've referred a lot of clients to him. They all love him. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Yep.